I like to talk about the objectives. It's good to know what we're doing here today. And we'll just pretty much be looking at 5 simple fixes to common mistakes that NDI providers make. And I can't wait to jump in. So we see just a few things that we can tweak here and there. Like I tell providers, everything is not finance. Everything doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be tied to a dollar. Some of these things we can actually do ourselves while we get clients, and when things are getting bearable for us to carry, then we can now start paying for marketing as it were. All right, so why this webinar? Just quick start. 78% of NDIS providers, they complain, they say they lack visibility, and then, their marketing initiative or strategy is not clear. So we have to be very deliberate, very, very specific about our marketing efforts. Yes, we might be registered for, a whole lot of services, but how do we now prioritize what service we are marketing? At what time do we prioritize what service? So for instance, you want to start running ads for seal, and probably you don't have that facility for seal. So what happens is you get a client, and meanwhile you have what it takes at that time for community access and daily tasks. You could get support workers efficiently, but then you need to be able to strategize and say, look, this is what for this level we can do effectively. So hence every of our marketing effort will be focused on just those few services until we build. So this is what I hear providers complain about all the time. Yeah, like I said to you, not everything needs to be attached with a dollar. Okay, so we have to learn how to be very innovative. Like I say, if you can't pay a dollar, you will now be the sacrifice. Okay, so just think about it that way. If you probably are going to give someone $100 to upload something, make some tweaks on your website, and if you can give that $100, what it means is that you now become the sacrifice. So you have to do it yourself. And there are some things that are really easy for you. With a little learning curve, you can be able to do that yourself. So not everything, in summary, not everything has to do with finance. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. Fix 1. Be found where people search. So this is very important, because what happens is, I sit with support coordinators, we talk all the time, even with plan managers, and I'm kind of curious sometimes. I'm like, okay, so how do you guys know what provider to go with? And it's like, oh, we just go, if we're gonna have an area we don't have referral, or we don't know people there, we just go online and just type NDIS provider near me. I'm like, oh wow, really? So anyone that pops up, they kind of look at the look at the service, look at the website, and then they might shortlist to like 3 providers, and then they start checking, do we have activity on social media? Do we have this? And then they kind of zero down and to that one, and then they give them a call. So sometimes you can get that direct contact from even the agency. NDIS, if it's NDI managed, the commission will go do the search, check, if they don't have, they don't want to contact the LAC around that area to maybe make referral. They just want to do it directly, so they go online and they search. So that's why search is very, very important. Again, like I said, not everything has to do with funds. Not everything has to do with money. You have to be very innovative. And the first step you can take is to claim Google My Business. So they've changed their name to Google Business Profile. It used to be GMB, but we still know it as GMB though. So you just go on Google, claim your Google My Business. That way you can be able to be listed on the SERP. The SERP is search engine ranking page. So we need to be able to rank, when for certain keywords. So there are certain keywords that we know we use often. For instance, we're looking at community access or daily task, or we're doing some kind of high intensity, maybe community nursing, or we're doing some other services. So we want to get those keywords that are mostly used when people, normal people, like relatives or participants, or even participants themselves, they just type, the way it is coming to them. So they just type, they just say, okay, maybe NDIS provider, affordable community access service. They can mix it, just mumble and jumble. So, but what we're concerned about is the keyword. Anytime community access is mentioned, we need to have some kind of track that takes us to our page, some kind of blog post, some kind of something on our page. And that's why when you evaluate your website, you need to be able to look at what keywords were used in that page, your H1, H2, up to H6. So that when your website is indexed, when people search for these words, these keywords, your page is able to, rank. We want to be on that first page. Not hardly people go to the second, third, fourth. We want to be on that first page. And for the sake of clarity, I won't, go deep into paid search and all that, just for simplicity. So Google My Business is very, very good. That's where you put your suburb, you put in all the services and postings, that you do just to enable people find you where you are. That is the number one fix. Google My Business is free. I was going to say very free. It's free, so you have no excuse. Okay, get that Google My Business, register with your Gmail, and then you are able to access that. Put your suburb there, put in everything there, and you should be good to go. Google My Business, sometimes they might want to do some review on that account to make sure that you're legit, like you're not an AI or a robot or someone who is trying to scam. So sometimes they might request you take a video in your office or your facility with that address, and then it's pretty much simple. And if you run into any problem, just send me an email. Hi, Enoch, I'm running into a problem, blah, blah, blah. Can you help me fix? That's fine. I talk to Google almost every time, for other issues. Some people might have bad reviews. People are just malicious. So it's part of what we do as well. Just for the sake of this webinar, if you have any issue, just send me a message. Hi, Enoch, I was one of your blah, 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 just mentioned the webinar. That's fine. We're now family. So there are things I can actually do for you for free again without no cost. So that's pretty much for that. If you have any questions, please just put it in the chat. I'm just looking to see that everything is good. All right, so let's go to and see the examples now. So we're going to see examples of what I've been talking about. Now, with this example, you could see that when a provider or a participant, or allied health as well, you can have some OTs who just go there and they want to make referral, they type. This is pretty much what they're going to type. NDIS provider near me, or NDIS provider in this area, or NDIS provider with this affordable service. Those are kind of words that they might use. Okay. So, and that's why it's important. If you can see that from this example, you can see this business is able to get some good reviews, and that will also help you to rank. So once you have, this profile set up and you start getting good reviews, Google will reward you for being a good service provider. So that's good. It's a win-win for us. So that's pretty much it. Simple. You go there, you create a Google business profile, and At the end of the day, I'll also show you how to access the $600 claim, and there's also $1,200 claim that you can make. You can use it to run ads for free, but there are TC's, terms and conditions. If time doesn't fail me, I would like to touch on that as well. So that is for the quick fix you can make. Now, earlier when I was talking, I spoke to you about paid search. Now, paid search is when you pay. Okay, so you can run ads on that, using those certain keywords, and then you rank. So anytime you go to Google and you search something and they show you sponsored, okay, so that means, there's some kind of dollar to it. So now there's what they call, and there's the way Google kind of ranks this thing. They use what they call quality score. So look at your website, the quality of your website, your load time speed. They also consider the keywords, and they just look at everything holistically to be able to judge. So what it means is that you can put, say, $5 on a keyword, okay, and a business puts $2 on a keyword. Now, there's no guarantee that the $5 will show before the $2. Now, if the $2 business has a fast website, and then the way the H1, H2, H3 is properly ranked, Google will reward that. So essentially, it's not like because you have money to spend, so therefore, then we're going to put you in front. But this is a way. These are checks and balances that Google has, just to make sure everyone is looked after properly. Now, so aside the sponsor, this Australian Care Excellence Disability Service Provider is organic. So when I mean organic, it's not paid. So you can see here, they have 13 reviews. So if you search for NDIS provider or blah, 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 they are likely to show up because they're having activities going on there, like posts and things. And then you can click on from here, you can click on their website. Off you go to their website, you get there, you look for what you want to do. Now, it's important now the reason why I'm sharing this is so you know what happens, not just your business, because sometimes as a provider, there's a whole lot going on. So many things, you're doing invoice, line items, doing this, support worker, roster. There's a whole lot going into that. But when you're discussing with a team member who is maybe doing some kind of marketing efforts for you, it's good for you to have some kind of understanding. Not, have you done it? Yes, I've done it. That is good, but so I would encourage providers, just have an idea. It's not like you want to go and start learning to do the marketing job, but it's good to know what happens. So anyone who wants to request for funds, there should be some kind of justification and just some kind of explanation. Though this is what we're trying to do. This is where we are. We don't have a Google My Business. Now we are ranking this. So therefore, we want to spend this XYZ. So it's really important.
Welcome to Everyday NDIS Marketing, your go-to channel for growing your NDIS provider business with smart, simple strategies that actually work. Powered by Ason Towers Disability Marketing, a proud HubSpot partner.